and something goes wrong. That uncertainty is exactly what kept institutions on the sidelines for years. And now, suddenly, that uncertainty is being removed piece by piece. This is how regulation actually works in the real world. They don't come out with fireworks and say everything is approved. They quietly publish guidance, let institutions start operating inside those boundaries, and then lock it in permanently once the system is already moving. By the time the public notices, the positioning is already done. And the timing here matters because look at what happened immediately after. XRP spot ETF volume exploded. We're talking about one of the highest intake days ever, roughly $54 million in volume, followed by continuation the very next day on pace to push even higher. Here's the key detail that most people are ignoring. This happened in a down market. Bitcoin was getting hit, altcoins were bleeding, sentiment was negative, retail was not rushing in. Retail buys green candles, not red ones. That's just how human psychology works. So if it's not retail, who is it? It's allocation money, balance sheet money, institutional positioning. This is not speculation, this is preparation. Institutions do not chase hype. They move early, quietly, and they build positions when assets are ignored or misunderstood. And this is where you need to stop asking why price hasn't moved yet and start asking why volume is surging when nobody is excited. That's the tell. Markets move before announcements, not after. By the time headlines flip bullish, the easy money is already gone. Now tie this back to what's happening politically. Ripple and other crypto leaders have been meeting directly with U.S. senators about market structure, custody standards, and jurisdiction between the SEC and the CFTC. At the same time, we're told the markup for the market structure bill is delayed until 2026. Most people hear that and think, oh, that's bad news, delays. But that's not how power works. You don't freeze the board while the players are still moving their pieces. When timelines get pushed publicly, it usually means the private work is already far along. The people in the room already know the direction. The public just doesn't yet. And that's why this feels strange. Regulations are moving, ETF volume is exploding, central banks are rushing timelines, and yet the broader market narrative is still confusion and doubt. That gap between reality and perception is where major repricings are born. Now, this is where the narrative completely breaks down for most people, because once you step back and stop looking at price, what you see instead is behavior, and behavior never lies. Let's connect a few dots that, on their own, might look unrelated. Ripple and other major crypto leaders recently met directly with U.S. senators led by Tim Scott to discuss digital asset market structure. That meeting wasn't about hype, and it wasn't about when moon. It was about custody standards, SEC versus CFTC jurisdiction, trading rules, and the framework that will govern this space for the next